crypto, the notion that SEC Chairman Gary Gensler is quitting has swept Twitter. John Deaton, an attorney who is in favor of XRP, has responded. The Bank of England and the UK Treasury issued a consultation document yesterday on the digital pound, a central bank digital currency, CBT for the United Kingdom. In its 116-page study, the Bank of England lays out the framework for the CBC and the rationale for contemplating its introduction. The Bank of England, BOE, looks at Ripple's interledger protocol for synchronous payment settlement in a recent paper. The Bank of England's new action exemplifies the growing interest of central banks in blockchain. The article is titled Ripple, Exploring the Synchronized Settlement of Payments Using the Interledger Protocol. The Ripple protocol, which allows for synchronized settlement across various ledgers, has caught the attention of the BOE because of the potential influence it may have on the international payments market. The protocol might be used to connect different types of payment networks, such as those used by banks in digital assets. The major objective of the protocol is to provide a reliable and efficient payment system. The effects of integrating Ripple's protocol with Archie's systems at the Bank of England are discussed in the article. With the advent of integrated payment systems, business deals may be finalized much more quickly and efficiently than before. Earlier this year, the Bank of England and the Treasury undertook a public consultation to get a better understanding of the potential applications of CBC, namely the digital pound, in British society. In the realm of finance, CBC is making rapid strides. The European Union's authorities are now investigating the matter of the digital euro. The XRP coin was created to provide cheaper, more decentralized transaction processing outside of traditional banking systems and centralized data repositories. XRP transfers provide advantages for international transactions because to its trustlessness, speed, and low cost. The coin, which debuted in 2012, is working toward one of the industry's largest ambitions. The XRP ledger, the software that allows for the usage of XRP, has advocates who have proposed a new way to run blockchains that they say is more suited for transactions. For the Bitcoin blockchain, anybody may contribute processing power, verify transactions, and protect the underlying software. When it comes to network security and transaction validation, however, the XRP ledger places restrictions on user participation. The symbols Ripple and XRP appear interchangeably in certain writings. Ripple is a for-profit corporation that promotes and supports XRP, the software that underlies it, the XRP ledger, and a number of other efforts with an emphasis on transactions. Archer is a cryptocurrency, XRP is a cryptocurrency. However, the business is insistent that these are two different things. 1 year after the XRP ledger project's inception, in September 2012, Ripple was created under the moniker OpenCoin. Ripple Labs changed its name from OpenCoin to Ripple in 2015. The XRP ledger was once known as the Ripple Open Payment System and the Ripple Consensus Ledger before eventually settling on its current name. The XRP community is still enthusiastic about the proposed XL's 30th update, which is part of a longer-running effort to integrate an automated market maker, AM, into the XRP ledger, XRP. Ripple's Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz has shed light on the possible gains that XL's 30 might provide to traders and liquidity providers. Schwartz's remarks were a retort to a lengthy debate started by prominent member of the XRP community Louis Jackson on X, formerly Twitter. Jackson observed that he was unable to offer useful information on profitability despite his efforts to explain the process of the forthcoming exploit. Schwartz brought attention to an intriguing invariant inside the AM that traders may depend on. Nonetheless, he assured us that if the AM's code is error-free, traders may depend on this invariant. You may recall that Schwartz had previously discussed the mechanics of the AM's trading technique. Traders are rewarded with LPL liquidity provider tokens if they contribute two assets such as XRP and USD to a common pool. These tokens stand for the dealer's stake in the common pool. Schwartz claims that the architecture of the native XRP guarantees that the trader will always be able to exchange these ELF tokens for an amount of both assets that, when multiplied, is equal to the value of the assets the trader first submitted to the liquidity pool. Schwartz provided an example to help explain his point. In his Mayup scenario, XRP would be trading for 50 cents per coin. For example, he said that a trader might purchase ELP tokens for $5 by contributing 10 XRP, 50 cents each, to the liquidity pool. Importantly, when the trader cashes in his LP tokens for XRP and USD, the total amount of XRP and USD and the total amount of XRP and USDs back will never be less than 50. In addition, the underlying algorithm always tries to improve the pool's total worth so that the sum of its assets never decreases. This guarantees that a buyer or seller will always get at least the amount they put in, if not more. There is no question that the XRP ledger AM has tremendous profit creation potential, but there are also several factors to consider. Jackson observed that a number of variables, including market circumstances, trade volume, asset pairings, and fee structures, make it difficult to predict precise returns from an AM. In addition, Molly Elmore responded to Jackson's observation by expressing sadness about the transience of material things. When the value of assets placed into a liquidity pool experiences fluctuations, this occurrence may have an impact on the providers of that pool. Traders taking part in the XLs. 30DM need to be aware of this risk and evaluate how much they are willing to take in order to make a. Recently, District Judge Jed Rakoff of the Southern District of New York dealt a major blow to the verdict in the XRP case. The court has ruled in favor of the SEC in its complaint against Terraform Labs and its creator, Do Kwon, emphatically denying the difference between public and institutional sales that was asserted in the Ripple dispute. John Reed Stark, who brought the court's ruling in Terraform Labs' case to light via Twitter, deserves credit. After Stark, a former secretary in the agency's enforcement division, asked Judge Rakoff to dismiss the SEC's action against Terraform Labs. Rakoff denied the petition. You may recall that attorneys for Terraform Labs and Do Kwon urged the court to toss out the SEC's complaint. The attorneys contended that the assets at issue are not securities and used the Ripple case to support their position. In response, the SEC argued against the Ripple case judge's rationale and stated its intention to appeal the ruling. Since the SEC has jurisdiction and a credible allegation that terrorists, the Anchor Protocol, and Luna may have violated securities laws, Judge Rakoff granted issuer Terraform Labs' move to dismiss the SEC's action. In a strong statement, Judge Rakoff disagreed with the method employed in the Ripple case and specifically criticized Judge Torres' finding. He was critical of the Ripple argument for its focus on public vs. institutional sales. According to him, the Howe test does not take into account a buyer's expectation of profit when purchasing coins, hence all buyers are treated equally. The judge's decision also took aim at the Supreme Court's major questions doctrine, which prevents regulatory bodies from going too far outside their remit. Coinbase and other crypto defendants have utilized this line of defense against the SEC. However, Judge Rakoff ruled that the Bitcoin business does not warrant special protection because of its lack of vast economic and political significance compared to other regulated sectors. Stark emphasized the importance of the ruling by saying that Judge Jed Rakoff is widely considered to be one of the most eminent jurists in the field of securities law in the United States federal courts. The former secretary also praised Rakoff for his reputation as a free thinker. Ripple's et.2. David Schwartz has voiced his displeasure with the court's judgment, saying that it seems to have relied on specific qualities of Terraform Labs' scheme rather than broad characteristics of cryptocurrency. Schwartz noted that it was not clear that the court's rejection of the Ripple case was based primarily on a disagreement with its rationale. Instead, it depends on the dissimilarities between the two sets of information. He proposed two other readings of the court's ruling. For example, the court found fault with the Ripple ruling for reasons other than its departure from the Howey test. This suggests that the court may not apply or adhere to the Ripple decision. This is the worst possible outcome, according to Schwartz, for those who support Torres' choice. The second way to look at it is that the court's refusal to adopt the argument that it should follow the Ripple judgment in the Terraform Labs case was due to the unique nature of that action, rather than any inconsistency between the Ripple decision and the Howey criteria. In this decision, the court considers that the difference between public and institutional sales may not apply in the Terraform Labs case because of the unique circumstances surrounding the Ripple case. According to Schwartz, this is the most favorable scenario for those who agree with Torres' decision.